Can we get really real about affirmations? You know, my book is riddled with them. My next book is riddled with them. This internet culture treats them like they're magic, as if you say it 3 times and click your heels that your affirmation will come true. But you know what? Neuroscience says that our brains just don't work that way. They have to be trained. So, what do you do if you continue to have negative thoughts? How do you deal with them? It's not as simple as just saying an affirmation, it takes repetition. And here's why: our brains are hardwired towards the negative for flight or fight. You know, we've talked about this before. So, it's there to protect you. So, when you get these errant negative thoughts, the first thing you need to do is understand what your trigger is. Something triggers the thought. That means you need to be mindful throughout your days, thinking without judgment. Don't judge yourself, but absolutely positively be mindful of what triggers the thought. Then, when you have the thought in the moment, say the converse of that negative thought, but it's not enough. Okay? You've got to give your brain proof. Give yourself proof by saying the affirmation, the exact opposite of the negative thought. Then say because, and then the proof. For example, if I think that I'm not a good writer, I could be right in the middle of chapter 7, writing, and the thought comes. Well, the first thing I need to do is think about what triggered it. Perhaps it was writer's block. Maybe I just couldn't get that one sentence out the way I wanted to. And then I'm not a good writer. So I found out what the trigger is. I'm going to say just the opposite. I am a good writer because I have best selling award winning books. Now, the next time you go into this situation, you need to mind the trigger. So the next time the trigger comes, you preempt the negative thought with the affirmation. But here's the catch: our brains learn through repetition. So you've got to do this over and over and over again. You are teaching your brain to think a different way, and that takes time. Think of how long it took you to get to that negative thought. Science says it takes 3 times the amount of affirmations to undo a negative thought. I'll see you online. Subscribe to my YouTube channel to get all of this content and more.